Hi, my name is Yoli Felfowitz. I drive a big tractor trailer. December 22nd of 2021, I, in the middle of the day, started feeling not so well. I had some heart palpitations. I stopped my truck and I took a rest, took a nap, and it went away and I continued on with my day. At the end of the day, I was on my way home on the 17 in the Catskills. It was the winter, bad weather coming down, freezing rain, freezing on the ground. And as I'm driving on the road, I'm trying to go home, I start feeling heart palpitations again. And I pulled into the first gas station that I found, tried to calm myself down again. I tried to lay down, didn't work. Tried to sit, didn't work. Tried to listen to music, breathing, nothing worked. I didn't think it was anything really bad. I just thought I had to calm myself down. So my friend called me and asked me, "Are you okay? Because I've texted you a few hours ago." Now at this point, it was about 4 hours into this episode where I cannot still calm myself down. And I'm sitting on the road 17 in the Catskills and it's getting dark outside and the weather is getting worse. But I told my friend, no, I'm not feeling so well. In fact, I have these heart palpitations. So my friend asked me, wow, would you like me to come pick you up? Yes, you know what, actually it's a pretty good idea. Maybe you should come pick me up. So my friend, having the sense of what to do, my friend called Hatzalah and gave them my phone number. Hatzalah called me right away. They asked me exactly where I was. I told them the exact gas station. Within a minute or two, a paramedic arrived. They took one look at me and took my pulse, and I saw something on their faces that told me something is really wrong. Or I thought so, because they were running to get their equipment.
So I remember I just arrived up to the Catskills to do a paramedic shift during the winter. It was stormy, icy, rainy, the roads were very slick. I just told my wife that I hope that there's no calls, I don't want to go out, this is miserable weather. No sooner as I said that, the radio beeps that there's a patient who pulled over in a gas station not far from where I was that was having heart palpitations. So I jump in my car and I go as quickly, as safely as I could. All I see in the gas station on the side is this big tractor trailer who's motioning to me. I go over to him, I asked him to stick his hand out the window just so I could feel his pulse. I tried to feel a pulse and I could barely feel anything. It was going so quick I couldn't even feel a good pulse. I realized that this patient doesn't look good, he doesn't have time to wait for the ambulance to come, so I take my monitor, I went up to the passenger side of the tractor trailer, put the monitor on my lap, and side by side I hooked him up to the monitor just to see what's going on with him. When I turned it on, I was shocked to see he was in an extremely dangerous rhythm called ventricular tachycardia, which at any point such a rhythm could turn to full cardiac arrest. Baruch Hashem, right at that point, my backup and the ambulance arrived, so we had to get him down, put him on the stretcher, get him into the ambulance. We tried to take the blood pressure, which we couldn't get. His heart was going so quick that he wasn't perfusing properly, that he had no blood pressure that we could get on him. We realized that time is of essence now. At any point, he could go into cardiac arrest and he has to be shocked, which is called synchronized cardioversion, which in essence stops the heart for a moment and then restarts it properly. We started an IV, we gave him some sedation because this is a very painful procedure. We shocked him and expecting him to just go back to normal. Unfortunately, instead of going to a normal rhythm, we went into a full cardiac arrest called ventricular fibrillation. I remember just thinking to myself at that time, this is not supposed to happen. Well, we realize now that time is really of essence. Every second that we wait makes it harder to get him back. So we immediately charged the defibrillator to a much higher dose and shocked him right away. And Baruch Hashem, second shock worked and he went into a nice normal heart rhythm. And after a few minutes he woke up. He had no idea what happened to him. He had no idea how serious he was. We didn't tell him. We didn't want to make him more nervous in the situation. We took him to the hospital. Found out later that he had a full recovery and he's back to normal. Even being on Hatzalah for over 20 years, this is a story that stays in my mind because this is a call that we realized that seconds mattered, and just coming a few seconds later could have made a difference between life and death in such a patient.